Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of the Kardashian Korner, the show where we break down everything going on in Kardashian Jenner world. And there is a lot to discuss every week, but especially this week. Luckily, I have help to do this. I am joined by my two amazing co-hosts. Hello, Brandy Rabadou.
Hello.
Hello, and hello, Nicholas Gonzalez.
What's up, guys? How are we doing?
Oh my God. Nick, we are doing great, but way better than Ray J, because Ray J has stepped back into the Kardashian chat this week and this week in a big way. Now, Ray J opened up to the Daily Mail Online and was talking about him and Kim's famous sex tape that was released over 20 years ago. But now there are new things just popping up all over the place. Ray J told the Daily Mail, "I've sat in the shadows for over 14 years, allowing the Kardashians to use my name, abuse my name, and make billions of dollars over the last decade. And I'm speaking about a topic I've never really spoken about." Now, he told the Daily Mail that he never leaked the sex tape. It was never a leak. He said that he, Kim Kardashian, and Kris Jenner were aware of the tape going public because they were involved in the deal. Now, Ray J also alleged that he didn't process any of the other explicit footage from his relationship with Kim, despite recent reports of there being another video. Now, Ray J said, "I've never had a single one at my house. Kim had them at her house. She's always had the tapes in a Nike shoebox under her bed." That's how it all came about. So, Brandy, Nick, what do you guys think of Ray J, bringing up the rumors that Kim and Kris were involved in brokering the sex tape?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it comes down to he said, she said, and it's like, how do we know who to believe? But he makes a good point. He really doesn't speak out about this often. And so that also kind of makes me want to believe him more. And then he got really specific with the Nike shoebox. It was such a specific image he conjured up of her hiding these in 100%. A shoebox under her bed. I don't know. What do you think, Nick?
The Nike shoebox thing stood out. In my head, I was reading Nike. I don't know what it is with Nike shoeboxes, that people immediately think ooh, secrets and scandal.
Yes.
That immediately came up in my head. I was like, oh my God, Kanye is not gonna like that. It's crazy how much this is still affecting his relationships and his businesses decades later. And I'm surprised it took this long for him to be like, all right, this, we're gonna settle this. This is what happened. This wasn't like a Pam and Tommy situation. This was a completely orchestrated thing, according to him. And if that's the case, I feel like, the sympathy that they're trying to ask for is we can give them a little bit of sympathy, but it's set a whole standard of how, celebrity sex tapes go from now on. It's I don't know. It's a little crazy to me that we're still talking about this, but also I'm glad he's kind of standing up for himself, because it's right. They are kind of manipulating the situation. He had his whole extra footage, and it's not the case. No one went out and said they said that it wasn't anything scandalous, but it could have been more clear that he's been saying that from the get, that there was nothing extra.
100%.
Yeah. And this is a 20-year-old sex tape, but the reason what it's brought up now is because on the third episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, now on Hulu, with way more money in that filming, Kim shared a scene of her talking to Kanye about Kanye going to Ray J to get this second sex tape that existed. She was crying hysterical tears, saying that Ray J was keeping it for her, and that's why Ray J decided to speak out now, because she's really sort of tarnishing his name. And if he had nothing to do with leaking the sex tape and there was no other sex tape, then this is just really making him look like a bad guy.
Yeah. It's complicated. It's not so black and white. And I'm sure those emotions were real to an extent on the show. And maybe that hard drive, she knew nothing too malicious was on it, but she's just grateful to have the hard drive at the end of the day, whatever's on it.
As I think about it more, it's really just for the show, because they even make a joke about it. The first Kardashian, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, talked about the sex tape, and now the new show is talking about it. It just seems like it was completely fabricated, because it's been 20 years. You don't think any of that footage that he allegedly had would have leaked by then? He could have used that leaked money or orchestrated an event, especially with the beginning of OnlyFans. He could have been promoting that sex tape when that started and kicking off and becoming popular.
Yeah.
I know. I never thought I would see this, but the way this all came out sort of makes me want to believe Ray J, because he really was staying quiet. His sister Brandy, obviously iconic songbird, has posted on Instagram saying, don't mess with loyal people or they'll bite back finally. It seems like, she's doubling down on what he's saying, and it seems like this could be very true. Now, Ray J spoke about meeting with Kanye West to get this second sex tape back that is called Santa Barbara Sex with Kim. He detailed a 4-hour meeting at LAX where Ray J met with Kanye West. Ray J reveals that Kanye had no idea that Kim was behind the marketing of the sex tape, Kim Kardashian superstar, nor did he know that Kim was already in possession of the only version of the unreleased sex tape. That's Kanye didn't know that she was already in possession of this sex tape, says Ray J. He also said that Khloe, Kendall, Kylie, and Kourtney, they did not have a clue about this lie either, and was talking about her crocodile tears. Now, it sounds like a 4-hour meeting at LAX. They had a lot to discuss, and it seems that, if you believe Ray J's story, Kanye was shocked to learn that Kris and Kim were actually the ones behind leaking the sex tape. What do you guys think about Ray J and Kanye? 4 hours at LAX. Usually, that's too much.
I want to know where this meeting took place. I'm just envisioning LAX. I'm like, where did they hang out for 4
Terminal
hours?
D? What is this?
Yeah. What a bizarre meeting.
I just feel like they're on the tarmac sitting on the floor, with no chairs or tables, or he's just there on a laptop. He's.
That's more Kanye, right?
Yeah. Probably, Nick. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird situation, you guys.
It's weird to me that nobody else in the family knows, because this seems like this is something she wanted to keep from ever leaking out, that this was orchestrated.
Yeah, it is very strange. And it seems like, if Ray J is the one who's telling the truth here, that Kim really should have let this sleeping dog lie and not bring it up and cry all these tears on the Hulu show. But it is just a really weird situation for her, Kris, everyone involved. But let's move on to some happier news, because Kim also had a great week this week. It's rough, but it's good. Very, very Kardashian. Now, Kim Kardashian made her red carpet debut with Pete Davidson, Skeet, as he's known in some circles, at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, but that was not the red carpet that everyone was talking about. It was, of course, their appearance at the Met Gala. Now, Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's gown that was from Ripley's Believe It or Not, and they also gifted her a box with Marilyn Monroe's real blonde hair in it. Now, Marilyn was the direct inspiration for Kim's look at the Met Gala. It was the bejeweled gown from her singing Happy Birthday, Mr. President, from her performance in 1962. Now, in an Instagram clip posted by Ripley's, Kim is seen receiving the gift, and she's saying, "It's so cool and so special to me." Kim is a huge fan of Marilyn Monroe and always has modeled her career after her. And when she received the lock of hair, she says, "Wow, this is sleeping with me every night," before turning to Pete and adding, "Sorry, babe." Now, I loved this dress. I love the look. The lock of hair is a little strange. A lock of hair from the 60s is something I don't say very often.
I mean, she looked absolutely wonderful in the dress, and the hair, that's something else. She also said that she was going to do some strange voodoo with it. So yes. I can't tell if she was entirely joking or not, because she does really love Marilyn. But yeah,
I think she was telling the truth. I definitely think she's doing voodoo with that hair.
I know, right? But yeah, I think I was scared to see her reaction when she got that gift. I thought she was going to be weirded out, but she seemed to genuinely appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. She was genuinely excited about it. Nick, do you sleep with anyone's locks of hair in your bed?
No, I don't. I was a little disappointed in a way, because I was talking to someone about this, and I just feel like the Met Gala is where you really can stand out with your own original concepts and ideas. And for her to kind of pay homage, it's great, it's cute, but I don't know. I feel like she could have really stood out if she went and did something unique and original. There were so many good looks. I love Gigi Hadid's look at the Met Gala. I loved Blake Lively's look. There were so many great looks. Hers didn't really do anything for me. If I did, I don't know how many people my age or even younger than me are gonna know that hey, this is Marilyn Monroe's dress, and what is that gonna mean? What does that mean to this generation? But it's not for us, it's for her. So I kind of get it that she wants to do that, but I feel like she could have just went harder. on Met Gala.
I think the like real opulence in this dress is that it's the most expensive dress in the world. This dress is valued at $10 million.
I changed my mind then.
Yes, I think the reason that makes it opulent, it is the most expensive dress in the world. It's a museum piece, a piece of history, herstory, all of that. And, you know, her mother, Kris, dressed up as Jackie O, who, of course, you know, if you believe the stories, Marilyn Monroe was sleeping with her husband that night in the dress, so it's a little strange. Well, we're gonna close out this episode with a happy tale from Khloe Kardashian. Now, Khloe Kardashian has called herself the black sheep of the family, but she is, you know, stopping that title a little bit now because she was invited to her first Met Gala. Now, Kanye brought Kim way back in the day when she was pregnant in 2016 with Riccardo Tisci in that floral gown. All the other Kardashian Jenners have been there, but this was Khloe's first time, and there were tons of fan comments supporting Khloe. So happy that she was at the gala. She was in all glittering gold. She was a guest of Moschino, and she's never looked better. I mean, she looks fantastic. The dress wasn't my favorite, but I'm just so happy that it was like Khloe was like the one who wasn't invited to the Met Gala, and that just can't feel good when you're like the least fashionable sister, says Anna Wintour. But no longer, Khloe was at the Met Gala, so I'm really happy for her.
It's Khloe's time to shine, y'all.
It is.
She was. She really did shine bright that night. I mean, the dress wasn't the most extravagant. It was pretty simple, but she really did look beautiful from head to toe. And it's nice to see. You're right. And I remember a time when it would have been shocking for any of the Kardashians to get invited. So
they were banned for a long time, officially banned. Yeah.
They really made the impossible happen in the fashion world.
They did. And you guys saw Kourtney and Travis, and of course they hit the Met Gala red carpet and started making out immediately. That's our Kravis. Naturally, they gave us the performance art we were looking for.
I watched the Hulu episode last night, and I was like, that was it for me. They were making out in front of Kris after the engagement, and they were like, oh, I'm so proud of you. You know, this is your first engagement, this and that. And she's like looking at her daughter's eyes, I like this, and all of a sudden you just see Travis like turn Kourtney's head as she's locking eyes with her mother about this emotional speech and just stick out his tongue and put it in her mouth. And Kris is like, all right, you guys got to stop this.
Oh my God.
It's too much.
What?
It is far, far too much. Well, Brandy and Nick, thank you so much for helping me break down all of this drama. God, it was good this week. There is a lot going on in the Kardashian-Jenner clan. And you know what? There's probably going to be a lot going on next week. So join us back here for another episode of the Kardashian Korner. Again, thank you to Brandy and Nick. And we'll see you back here in the corner next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.